Hi. So, where were we? The soil. Okay, so today I want to get into the nitty gritty of it. But I'm not, other than the so-called biology. I'm going to add in some philosophy and some quantum physics to make more sense of it, or make it easier to express what I have in my mind. Yes, so the soil. Now, I'll start off by introducing you to this notion of energy transfiguration or energy transmutation. Do look up the words, it will help. And what I'm trying to suggest here is that ultimately you can describe the world using these words, energy transfiguration and energy transmutation. So every form that you see is basically an expression of energy. Now, you might experience it as a stone on your head, you may see it as a tomato, it varies, right? Every expression, every word that comes out of your mouth, every thought you have, every emotion, everything you eat, everything that is what comes under the heading of life comes. It is the process of energy switching forms, and that's what I'm going to use to explain what's happening in the soil. So you have the ground, and if we first list out the components, so you have the non-living. When I say non-living, I mean all these chemical compounds and little bits of stone and sand and silt and clay, and there's all these mineral components. You've got the dying, the dead leaves, the dead creatures. You've got the what you call it, all these broken bits. Maybe the tail of a lizard that ran away from whatever eats lizards. And so you have those bits, and then you have little holes, which is air, and you have water. Now, water, I'm going to put it in this list, but it's not, it's quite viable to switch to this as well. Yeah, anyway, that's probably a different video. And on the other side, you have all the microorganisms. You've got all the bugs, the earthworms and beetles, and all the creepy crawlies in the ground. You've got the animals, the beings that grace the ground itself. So chickens and cows and people and all else. And of course, you've got the trees that are embedded, right? So you can see how everything is a bit like that. So the clustering and clumping. If you see this, all creatures as being expressions of energy, this is what is happening in the soil, right? Constantly. And my favorite is this. Anyway, so this is constant, the shifting is constantly happening, right? And nature loves diversity, and it loves the more activity there is, the more all life thrives equally. So whether you're a tree or you're a cow, all life thrives, and the exchange happens in all forms. So even if you take something like a cow, now a cow can't, it doesn't have the capacity to digest grass on its own, as the cow cells don't have the capacity. It is the microorganisms in the cow's gut that does this. So what is a cow in the end? It's you know germ society surrounded by cow flesh. See what I mean? It's a bag of germs basically walking around, eating grass, digesting it, and then pooping it back into the ground. And in that process too, the microorganisms, it moves from one location to another. So it moves back into the soil, and this transference keeps happening, and of course life thrives. The more cows you have pissing all over the damn place, the more bugs there are, and the more plants grow. Everything thrives. And it's not just cows, obviously, it's every creature. So even if a dog does this, it's doing the same thing. It is, the exchange, it's all contributing to this activity. um, Now, what are the benefits of more of this happening? In practical terms, I mean, what you would experience as an individual is that you will find the ground isn't, getting hard and compacted. So when you don't have all these activities happening, this, it becomes a bit too uniform, which means the air pockets go away, the water goes away. The water, when it rains, the water doesn't seep through, so then the water moves on to the oceans and rivers. The whole thing just falls apart, right? And relationships themselves between all these components, I mean, some people, I would put it in two categories. You have the obvious friendly interactions, for example, bees and flowers, right? They seem to be like more like la 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 la. And then you have the other kind, which is birds and worms. So, it looks a bit less friendly than this. But in the end, it is this energy transmutation that's happening all through and through. Every interaction you take, that's what's happening. Even when water erodes rocks, that's what's happening, right? When you direct anger at someone, that's what's happening. Yes, so you should watch where your mind goes and how you perception is so important, right? If you want to evolve to your best version that aligns with the natural format that's out there. It is the foundation of everything, right? So if you align yourself with what we usually refer to as nature, then all of these things, you realize you're so much a part of it. uh, you know Anyway, I think I've gone off topic again. Yes, so soil. Soil. Tomorrow we shall discuss the microorganisms, maybe a little bit more of that, because I find people they have this bias against bugs, which, yes, I would like to put forward how I relate to them. Yes, so that's all for today. I think I've been rambling a lot. Tomorrow I will try and be more grounded. That's it. See you soon.